Good afternoon. It's afternoon here in Nigeria. Uh, my name is Maka Emmanuel, the founder of Onyoma Emmanuel Health Foundation. I really want to appreciate everyone for the support of Onyoma Emmanuel Health Foundation and the good work that we have been doing for the past 4 years. Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation was founded in the year 2022 when we started small and took some little students, about 60-70 students thereabouts. But by God's grace, we have about 120 students now. And there are people who are actually behind the Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation that we cannot talk about the story on the success of Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation without including them. One person that we actually know that has actually impacted the Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation is our boss, Mrs. Bexy Rakes from the United States. God bless her. We appreciate her for her work because she don't just assist with sending of money, sending of gifts, but she actually come all the way from the United States to Nigeria to help us go on outreach inspection. We normally go for our outreach inspection, so she come all the way from the United States to Nigeria to do outreach inspection. We have our advisor, Sergi, the Minister of Service, Minister of Head of Service, Delta State, who has always been there for us for the past years. We have our trustees, settlement trustees, who has always been there doing the field work. We really appreciate it all. Without taking much of our time, here is a book. Actually, it's a little glance. The Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation Community Impact Activities Reports. Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation has actually impacting communities across Delta states, but not just only Delta State, Anambra State, and across Edo State also. Our impact at glance, our outreach, if you look very well, very closely, education outreach, medical outreach, mini library, town hall, end of the year parties, not just one, extra classes, all our impacts. So if you look closely in our impacts, you will see our school visiting, there is school outreach. We will look at medical outreach, we look at the houses, the house we renovated, the community town hall, the host community town hall, where we celebrate our end of the year party and host our students when we visited when our international sponsors visit. So we actually renovated the town hall. Our end of the year party, we celebrate our end of the year party every year. But in 2025 we didn't celebrate our end of the year party, but we did another style where we actually give gifts, cash, rice during the end of the year party for 2025. So that is about 4 years end of the year party. 4 years end of the year party. Extra classes. We do extra classes. Our visitations for this outreach is 2 weeks in, 2 weeks off. That is how we visit our students. So our visiting is not just about visiting our kids. We teach, we carry out other activities. We make sure that the lesson teachers are doing their job, but we actually have lesson teachers in all communities that we service. Our medical outreach wasn't just in Delta State, but our medical outreach was also conducted in Anambra State, Achala community, where we service about 1,000 persons across the communities in Achala village, and also 1,000 persons exercise in Ekopa. But when we have the record of medical outreach that we actually conducted in Achala community, we have some data here that is with us. And I don't know how to show you that, but the data are actually much. It's about more than 1,000 pieces here in this record that we have. For the past years, the outreach has been going on week in, week out. The job is gone about going to the school to read books, give pencil, biro, and come back home. We don't just give out all these things. We monitor them, we visit them, we create books, story books for them. I think we have some story books that we created for Onyema Emmanuel Foundation. Onyema Emmanuel Foundation activities are majorly on education outreach and medical and health outreach. When we started, it wasn't that easy for us because our students we picked were not scholars. We actually picked the kids from the street kids. If you really want to know more about our job, visit our page www.onyemaemmanuelfoundation.com. It's on the Facebook, it's on Instagram. I think our Instagram page is Onyema Emmanuel Foundation 4. That is our Instagram page. It's verified. Our Facebook page is also verified. So the kids were not schooling before. So what we did is we went into the rural environment. We picked out the kids that have not been schooling before. We worked with the community kings. So all the community we serve, we work with the community king. So that is how we install mini libraries in all the communities we serve. And the many libraries are installed in this community king's palace. So all our mini libraries that we installed are in the community king palace because it's where it's accessible for the kids to learn. We have books inside the mini library. We have our lesson teachers. We take these kids down to the mini library to get some lectures and all that in support of our vision to eradicate illiteracy out of the streets. So what we succeeded in doing to the community is removing the language of school and scam, letting them know that the importance of education, because without education there is no future for the future leaders. So we actually plan and struggle to make sure we eradicate the language school and scam into our system, and we want to take back more street kids. Trust me, there are thousands of street kids who are not going to school. But with the help of our international sponsor, we have been able to put more kids back to school, which we are hoping to bring more kids back to school. We have activities running week and week out. Our activities is majorly on our website. If you go through our website, you will see how we visit them back to back, how we make classes for them, teach them. We want to do other projects that which are still on ground. It's the support we can actually be able to do all these projects. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Mr. Michael. I am one of the trustees of Onyema Emmanuel Foundation. A lot has been said by our Mr. Chairman, Mr. Emmanuel Waka, the founder of Onyema Emmanuel Foundation. In regards to our sponsor, Mrs. Tess, we will not stop appreciating your good deeds towards our communities at large. Now, we want to really lay emphasis on most of the points Mr. Chairman said. First is the selection, how we made selection of these kids. We didn't pick just random kids. We went for those who are not in school. They have not been in school at all. First trial was 70 students to be precise, and then thereafter we had to extend our hand to 120 right now, and and this 120 is being dispatched across the 4 communities comprising of Eka South and Eka North East local governments. Now we visit them 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out. These 120 students are being recruited, and at first we welcomed them into Onyoma Emmanuel Health Foundation, and we gave them sense of belonging. Food we're giving, we brushed them up, some materials like houseware were given to them, and thereafter we took them to school and registered them. And we didn't leave them because they are lagging behind. They've not been in school. So what we did was to put an extra moral classes for these kids, which always commence immediately after school closure. And in these 2 weeks in and 2 weeks out, we ensure to visit them during school hour while we wait until they close through the extra classes to ensure that the best activities or the best teaching is being delivered from the teachers to them. Alright, that aside, we have deemed it fit that in every beginning of every section, we give them school uniforms, the school sandals, the writing materials. And subsequent time, we visit, if need be, for replacement of the school uniform because most of them don't have guidance. So, and most of them don't have this money to take good care of themselves. So we ensure to visit. When we visit, we go alongside with our school uniform, extra, sandals, books, and all of that for replacement. And also, we do give them lunch. They are not just giving extra classes. We make sure they eat alongside after probably they have received their lessons during the school hour and then the lesson hour. Now, talking about these kids, we saw that the so-called classrooms and the hygiene aspect, they are not that meeting up. So we initiated the idea of cleaning the classrooms and washing their uniforms. That's the essence of we giving them, sorry, I didn't mention it, that's the essence of giving them 2 uniforms per person so they can put on after 2 days. And then we went straight to this aspect of the sanitary. You see them, they wash around the school, what's called the classroom, which they observe their extra classes. We also give them career counseling. There are sometimes you're going to see some slides. We play with them, try to harness the best of them. What would you want to be? What would you like to be? Would you want to be a sportsman? Would you want to be a musician? And all of that. These things are things we relate to them. We teach them some poems and all of that. If you go to our social media and Facebook, Instagram, Onyoma Emmanuel Health Foundation, you see all of these things I have mentioned. And that notwithstanding, we also per year, we have also run what's it called, one medical outreach, which enabled us to go through these 4 communities. We were able to harness those persons that are lagging behind, not both the elderly ones, the teenagers, and the small kids. And our students also, we made sure it touched around the community. So this medical outreach was given up to about 2,000 persons, 1,000 to Delta State, 1,000 to Achala community in Anambra State. Records are there. And we didn't leave these people behind just like that. We gave them time to time checkup with a card which they visit these hospitals we have subscribed to them. So without wasting much of your time, a lot is there to be said. I would want us to focus on how to upgrade their social life, like knowing things happening around, because they are found in the villages. And we deemed it fit of initiating what we call picnic visits, what's called excursions, where they could learn to see how the world is. But we are having little challenges. In all of these things, we have said all the possibilities that Onyoma Emmanuel Health Foundation have given. Now, before I proceed, we do have end of year party also, and this end of year party is to crown our job for the year. We raise in this end of year party, we give them Christmas clothes, we tip them of some amount. I think the least we have given is 10,000. We'll give them bag of rice. They are all in our social medias. And I want to proceed in some little challenges we are having, which may interest us if you viewers would want to venture into. Let's see how we could eradicate bad upbringing of kids or the less privileged of the streets. But I know very vividly that our sponsors, the Rosy Body, are doing everything well to ensure that these kids wouldn't lack anything behind. Now, we're having a challenge at the stance right now because we have a dream of building a computer annex for these kids and skill acquisition for those persons that would want to extend our hands to. There are some persons that wouldn't want to go to school. They are off school, probably they can assimilate, they can understand. So we are looking forward to putting them into like skill acquisition. So we're having that area as a challenge. And secondly, also is the bus, which we want to go with and picnic and all of that. You see, like when we go for this outreach, week 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, we do have challenges of mobilization, transportation, because the trustees are the owners of these cars. Most times they might not be available, and going to these communities is a big challenge. So we look forward to you viewers, and we within ourselves will still work hard to ensure a success towards this what's it called, a bus. If we can get a bus, Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation. I want to take you around a bit. You can see this is one of the pictures. I think the first end of year party we had. You see, this is the Mr. Chairman, and we had our Christmas, Father Christmas Day, where we gave them clothing materials for their Christmas. As you can see, this is our office. I want to take you on a tour. If you look very here, I think this also should be the very first year end of year party, and this is the first visit. Our boss visited Mrs. Tess, who got sent to help us in this community, and relentlessly she has done explicitly. Now, if you see here also, these kids, this was the first year we brought them out from the street. I think this is a major picture. It's not actually all the picture that comprise all the students. And now they are grown. They are grown. They are grown. This is weekly activities we do. You can see where we shared the school bags, some books, and all of that, Mr. Chairman. And these are the trustees. These are the trustees when we started. It's a lot whole memory that needed to be kept. And this is our king from the first year end of year party we do, because we do everything and ensure that these community kings are being brought in check. We have taken you in a good tour about Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation impact in the community, and I would want to say have a nice day. OEHF, Onyoma Emmanuel Foundation, changing lives or changing life.